Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we'll be talking something very important, and it's about pump-colored people calling themselves out. You all remember that I did a video about a black woman calling pump-colored women out about their behavior towards black women, and they actually said that they would rather work with white men than working with them. I mean, pop-colored women. So they feel threatened. They feel, I don't know how they feel because it's just them going back and forth and trying to make black women or black people look like they are the black people. Why is it that some of them are very selfish? I mean, they really want everything to be all about them. I mean, people are talking about how they feel about some certain things or how you people make them feel in an organization, right? But you all think your feeling is more important instead of you listening to them, trying to know how to unlearn, right? Because I really don't see why they have to be going back and forth or trying to curse themselves out because the palm colored or the other woman is supporting black people and that wanting them like come together to also work things out, right? Why would this be a problem? Because if you are not a selfish person, you definitely will want to know what you are not doing right and what you are doing right and want to know how do I improve this relationship or how do I make you feel better or more relaxed. Let's get into this.
Black women were sharing their personal experiences behind why, given the option between being alone with a white man or a white woman in a conference room, they would choose a white man. And instead of gaining insight from the experiences that they were sharing, you demanded from those black women they provide you with evidence that supports their claim so that you can feel okay with the fact that they feel that way, which you're not entitled to, is very similar to the way men reacted to women choosing the bear and is an action in and of itself that would create distrust. Now, a black woman said that every time black women say something that white women don't like, white women start crying, and you said that crying requires nothing of you, yada, yada, yada. Now, glancing past the fact that the tears of white women have ended the lives of black, brown, indigenous people and people of color and have the potential to do that every time a white woman attempts to use them, which is still something happening today, let alone be used to make their lives difficult in a myriad of ways. We're going to skip past that for now because you've been told that many times. You're not receiving that information. A black woman and other black women joining in, discussing that in the hypothetical scenario in which they would have to choose between being alone in a conference room with a white man or a white woman, choosing the white man requires nothing of you. Despite that, you are approaching the end of a 48-hour period arguing with these women that they should not feel that way and failing to convince nary a soul. You've probably talked to 100 people. You haven't convinced a single one of them. Nobody's picking up what you're putting down, yet you keep dropping it. Why might you do that? I don't know. Whatever the reason is, it's nothing good. It reminds me of a comment that my friend Heel Flip Co. recently got in regards to the man versus bear debate, where a man said, well, why don't you ask women if they would rather be in the woods with a rabid mountain lion or assaulted by a family member? And the sentiment behind that would be that if you were with a rabid mountain lion, you would almost certainly die. And if you were assaulted by a family member, that would be bad, but you would survive. And what he's trying to do is create space for it to be okay to assault women, right? And it's very creepy. What an uncomfortable argument to attempt to make in response to the man versus bear debate, which I'm sure that you would agree with that at least. You're doing the same thing. It's like, I'm not sure why you want to be alone with a black woman so badly, but for the sake of every black woman on this planet, I hope that never happens. Lady, I don't want anything from white women in the workplace, and neither do the black women who are participating in this discussion. All the black women that you've been argumentative with for the past 48 hours, none of them have asked white women for anything, except for maybe to be left alone. Like, White Woman Whisperer made a video where she said to white women, be mindful while you are participating in the man versus bear discussion that if a black woman had to choose between being alone in a conference room with a white man or a white woman, she would choose a white man. And then black women showed up to share their experiences that lead them to agree with that sentiment. And the point of that was to remind white women, yes, men are harmful, but don't forget, white women, you have your own kinks to work out, and there is no reason not to be mindful of that. As a white woman, being mindful of that can only have a positive impact. And then you came upon that space and you became very upset because you believe that a white man is more dangerous than a white woman. And while you have been accusing every single person out of the upwards of 100 people you've spoken to of wanting you to be agreeable, what you're upset about is that no one agrees with you on that. Not even other white women agree with you on that. And that's the problem. So the problem isn't that people want you to be agreeable. The problem is you want everybody you've spoken to agree with you, and literally none of us do. Yeah, but it is always time to come together despite our race and differences when white women are impacted by something. The time to come together came and went 1,000 times. I would ask you to remember that before you say this stuff to Black, brown, indigenous people and people of color. It was these kinds of comments that men were leaving when women chose the bear. And as someone who has also survived that, I am not insulted by Black women choosing white men over white women. I'm insulted by fellow white women behaving just like our men when, despite knowing how we'll treat them for it, Black women choose to confide that information in us. What you are describing is not one's greatest concern in this specific situation, hypothetical situation I might add, in the office workspace, where if a Black woman was forced to choose between being alone with a singular white woman or a singular white man in a conference room, she would choose the white man. They are not choosing the white man because they are worried about white women essaying them or roofing them. They have had negative experiences with both groups of people in this setting, right? Similarly to how bears have attacked humans, right? But we're still choosing the bear. White men have been crappy to Black women in these spaces. They're looking at their personal experiences with white women and white men and deciding that, yeah, there's been bad experiences with both groups of people in this specific setting, but personally, I have had more vitriol and racial aggression from white women than I have from white men. So if I had to choose, I would choose the white man. That is what's happening. Now, it is difficult to self-interrogate. It is difficult to sort of put yourself on an invisible selfie stick and look down and see yourself as a member of an entire group of people you don't even know, right? Especially if that group has been historically and to this day continues to be problematic toward everybody else. That's a difficult thing to do. We as white women, we love when something is about somebody else. We got very excited about the man versus bear debate. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It only becomes a problem when we deflect to that when something becomes about us. In doing that, now we stunt our own growth. There's nothing wrong with being mindful while participating in discussions like man versus bear, being mindful that we as a demographic also have our issues. Being mindful of that can only have a positive impact. In that, Black women have done us a favor by sharing their experiences with us in those spaces, because now we have that information and we can use that information to be better. You are, and I cannot stress enough how much I'm not accusing you, not pointing the finger, I'm not making fun of you, I'm not like, you're bad. You're triggered in your feelings about Black women having chose to be alone with a white man over a white woman, one of which you are. I want you to know, I get triggered by information coming from Black, brown, indigenous people and people of color all the time. I'm a human being. I'm not impervious to feelings of insecurity. I feel those feelings. However, that being said, they are my feelings, and when I feel those feelings, what I am most interested in is where those feelings are coming from. Why am I feeling this? If this is not about me, why do I feel this? If they are describing these things about white women, and I know these things don't apply to me, why am I feeling this way? I can't feel this way and these things don't in some way apply to me. The two things can't be true. And what I can do in that scenario is to make sure that those things never apply to me again. So like, I can't know that you're out there. The people who are participating in this discussion about Black women having to choose between a white man or a white woman to be alone in a conference room with cannot know that you are out there, that you are activated by this discussion, that any of these things may apply to you. We can't know that. you have to inform us of that like you have. Now, you came across videos where black women were discussing white women that cause them harm in the workplace, right? And you are defending yourself. I want to say that again. You came across videos where black women are discussing the white women that cause them harm in the workplace, and you are defending yourself. You don't have to defend yourself unless you feel attacked. And if you don't try to cause harm to black women, you should not be feeling attacked by black women discussing the white women who do. You're not defending yourself because they're not talking about you. You know what I mean? At least some part of you feels like they are. You and I are both white women. I am not under attack in that discussion. So why are you? It's not because you're white. It's another reason.
So this is all I got from this video, and I am asking, why did they feel attacked? Because you all know black women actually put out a video which I showed, saying how they feel about palm-colored women and palm-colored men, right? That they would rather work with palm-colored men rather than palm-colored women. So some of them are kind of threatening, like, why would they say that? Why not them? And all that. And I am going to say this. Most palm-colored women are very selfish. And that is on period. They are not ready to learn. They just are always, they feel attacked all the time. Instead of them sitting back and ask themselves questions, what are we not getting right? What are we getting right? What do we need to improve? Or what do we need to do to make you all feel comfortable, right? But no, I mean, it's just been them going back and forth, crossing themselves. And even as this woman was speaking, they actually accused her of, siding black people or black women instead of siding them. And I am asking, why would she side you people when people are raising important topics for you people to talk about, or for you people to learn, or for you people to unlearn and relearn? I mean, it looks like people are trying to I don't know why they always want to be the center of everything. And then from nowhere, you see them start saying that they also feel some kind of way and all that. See, the reality is that most, especially when it comes to corporate world, most people that look like me do not even want to work with them because their experiences are all out there. They have had so many horrible experiences that they do not wish and even their enemy to have. And what is causing all this? Microaggression, passive aggression, all sort of it. Black women cannot talk to you because she is raising her voice. When she's quiet, she is being to her. I mean, there is nothing they literally do that will please you people or make you people see them as people to work with and all that. And I have really seen some of them, these people are backbiters. I don't know how to explain it, but people that will come to you, smile at you, but I mean, behind you, they probably already reported you to the HR and then waiting for you to probably waiting for you to answer query, or probably waiting for you to, they can do and undo. I have worked with them, and it's also not a pleasant thing, because sometimes you are in between, what am I supposed to do? What am I not supposed to do? Are you sure that, you are asking yourself a lot of questions, and sometimes you are floating, you are not relaxed, you are just floating because you don't know what you do. But the right thing is that just keep doing what you're doing. The right thing is that they will just keep doing what they know how, because I think that is just what they know how to do best. And also, I have also learned to understand that they feel kind of threat and all that about people that look like me, because they are always I don't know why they feel like that. Why would you all be jealous? They are always jealous the way black women carry themselves, the way they do some certain things and all that. But why would you be jealous, or why would you like something but you are acting like you don't like it? Why not like something and act like a normal human being? Because I feel like people that behave like this are just people that are not normal. You can't just because of my skin color or something, you just don't want me to benefit from all the necessary things that I am supposed to benefit working in a particular place. What do you people gain from wanting to, like, most times they just want to, like, let you go. They don't want you to be in a particular position. They feel like you are going to be in control and all that, and you all know they do not like that at all. You know what? Let me know what you all think in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.